Live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alexandra Carter.
Jeff Anders.
Happy Thursday. It is January 25th. Cruising through the week. It's been kind of a fast week this week.
I was thinking that as well.
Yeah, like when that happens, right?
Yeah, it's Friday Eve.
Get us to the weekend. Yeah, Friday Junior.
Okay, we'll go, yeah.
Friday Junior, Friday Eve, Baby Friday. So many different ways to say it. What's your favorite one? Friday Eve.
I like Friday Eve, I guess.
Reminds you of the holidays a little bit.
That's why, actually.
Some fog on our Friday Eve.
Yes, we have a dense fog advisory. Not everybody's included in the advisory. Mainly our southern viewership. The criteria, that's determined by the National Weather Service, really. I would, if you're traveling, I would think about that. I would certainly plan on a little bit of it, okay? 1 mile visibility, Eau Claire, Black River Falls, the same 0, Viroqua. Love to get a shot from Viroqua, see how thick it is. La Crosse, 3 miles of visibility. That's one of our main concerns this morning. We do have a little bit of rain now. Technically, it may not even be raining, but it's drizzle. And south of I-90, there is some rain. Now, you look here, La Crosse is 34, feels like 34, the dew point 33. Basically, the atmosphere is saturated, thus the drizzle. Eau Claire, a similar scenario as well. The winds, it's very calm, kind of eerie. Here's a look at your day today. A mild day, a damp day, a calm day. Those are some of the things I'm going to go through, the specifics on what we're expecting as far as the precipitation, the when, where, when it's going to be out of here, where the temperatures are headed. Full forecast less than 10 minutes away. Alexandra?
We will see you later, Jeff. Thank you. Time now for the stories making headlines this morning. The two-person fight for the GOP nomination continues, even though former President Trump has picked up wins in Iowa and now New Hampshire. The first two states to kick off the 2024 election season. His rival, Nikki Haley, is hoping her home state can give a boost to her campaign. And President Biden also hitting the campaign trail, calling out his 2020 opponent while picking up the endorsement of one of the country's largest unions. CBS News correspondent Jared Hill has more for us from New York.
Nikki Haley, defying pressure to drop out of the GOP presidential race, is calling out former President Donald Trump.
Bring it, Donald. Show me what you got.
The former South Carolina governor announced at a rally in her home state that she's raised over $1 million since finishing behind Trump again in New Hampshire Tuesday. A seemingly perturbed Trump posted on social media that anyone who contributes to Haley's campaign will be permanently barred from the MAGA camp.
She's not going to win.
While the GOP primary is technically prolonged, President Biden has already started to pivot to the general election, sharpening his attacks on his predecessor.
He's the only president other than Herbert Hoover who lost jobs when he was president.
Yesterday, the president picked up a major endorsement from the United Auto Workers Union.
Donald Trump is a scab.
Today, President Biden is traveling to the battleground state of Wisconsin to tout his administration's accomplishments on infrastructure. On the GOP side, Haley has more rallies lined up in South Carolina in the coming days, while Trump will turn his focus out west with events planned in Arizona and Nevada this weekend.
Former President Trump also continuing to split his time between the courtroom and the campaign trail, confirming that he'll once again attend proceedings of the second New York defamation civil suit brought against him by writer E. Jean Carroll. And President Biden campaigning in Wisconsin today, where the White House says he'll talk Bidenomics and investing in America. He'll be in Superior. 5 universities are settling an ongoing lawsuit over financial aid. Yale, Columbia, Duke, Brown, and Emory University will pay a collective total of $100.5 million. The elite schools are among 16 top universities sued by former students. The lawsuit alleges the universities ignored their pledge to not weigh a student's ability to pay tuition when considering whether or not to accept them. The schools deny any wrongdoing or liability in the settlement. And back here at home this morning, the Lincoln Middle School building now officially off the market. The La Crosse School District making the sale announcement yesterday. The building has been sold to Commonwealth Development Corporation of America and the Wisconsin Partnership for Housing Development for just over $2 million. According to a release, the companies plan to turn the building into affordable housing. The school district superintendent says they took what the community wanted to use the building for into account when looking at the sale proposal.
When we went through our community outreach in the area,
and we identified the priorities that our neighborhoods had in that area. Commonwealth came up with a great proposal that really met the needs of what we were hearing from our community.
One of those priorities was preserving the building's historic elements. The district plans on closing the sale with Commonwealth in June of next year. Happening today, in an effort to combat the growing need for blood in the Cooley region, the Versiti Blood Center of Wisconsin will host a blood drive. That'll take place at the La Crosse County Health and Human Services Auditorium from 9:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. You can either make an appointment on the website, you see the link there on your screen, or you can walk in. Gunderson Health System, meanwhile, is going green. It's partnering with Xcel Energy to have a 100% resilient and renewable energy campus. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall is learning more about the microgrid.
After waiting 4 years, Gunderson is taking a new approach with renewable energy. The healthcare system is saving money and getting a microgrid.
We have energy generating assets up there right now that use renewables like solar and methane from a landfill, from the county landfill. So what we're going to do is, instead of producing more than we can use and selling back to the utilities, we're going to install a battery up there, and then we're going to use all of the power that we generate on our campus itself.
The microgrid will benefit Gunderson in a number of ways, especially during power outages.
This is a new way that we'll be able to provide services to our communities regardless of what happens. If the grid goes out, those buildings will still have power, and they will be all powered by renewable energy.
When complete, its solar and generator energy assets will be powered through a battery. The battery will store or distribute the energy through the buildings. In Onalaska, Jeremy Wall, News 8 Now.
Construction is expected to start later this year. Gunderson hopes to have the grid running by next year. Time now is 6:06. Still ahead on your morning news. McDonald's new answer to Starbucks, called Cosmix. You may have heard of it. It's already looking like a major success. We'll have the details in just a few minutes. And tax season just around the corner. After the break, we'll take a look at some changes happening to this year's tax code and what it means for you. For now, we're sending you to break with something to put the good in your morning. Talk about super tall. Developers are proposing building the tallest skyscraper in the U.S. in Oklahoma City. Madison Capital and architecture firm AO are seeking permission from city government to increase the height of what's being called Legends Tower to 1,907 feet. The new height refers to 1907. That's the year Oklahoma became a state. The developers say if approved, it'll beat out New York's One Trade Center to become the tallest building in the country, and it'll be one of the tallest buildings in the world. The mixed-use project, spanning about 5 million square feet, includes 3 much smaller towers. Don't go anywhere. Your consumer news at News 8 Now this morning is after the break.
Save big on your entire kitchen upgrade at Menards. Clearview Cabinetry is flexible by design, so you can go from doors to drawers for storage that works at every stage. And the style is so easy to update. You can do it in a snap, meaning you don't have to remodel your space to make it work even better. Right now, save on these Stoughton kitchen cabinets. Pick them up for only $3,249. Save big on Clearview Cabinetry now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference. by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks to help grow businesses, communities, families, a legacy of capability and technology that's made Ford F-Series America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. This is the next generation of Built Ford Tough.
Get 2.9% financing for 72 months plus up to $2,000 in total savings on a 2023 Ford F-150 only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
PB&J?
PB before we go.
P before we go.
P before we go.
See you tomorrow?
Yeah.
Good morning. Thanks for being with us. Getting pretty close to 6:15. It's about 6:11 right now. Patchy fog. Look across the area. Just about every location has diminished visibility. The advisory itself, I-90 and south till about noon, but the impact across the area. 34 La Crosse, 34 in Eau Claire, Winona the same. Sparta of Viroqua 32 is 33 in Prairie du Chien, Boscobel at 35. The opposite end, Ladysmith at 32. The winds are light, calm, very calm out right now. Mainly cloudy, air is very heavy, some drizzle. This is where we're picking up rain. La Crosse, it's mainly I-90 and south at this point. It's going to spread across the area. Give you a closer shot. Prairie du Chien, Eastman, Boscobel, way south end of our viewing area. Highs today, certainly seasonally mild, pretty close to 40 for most spots. Berry Mills 37, St. Francois, Alaska, Holman, Mindoro about 38 for the high. Southwestern Wisconsin, further southwest. Steuben 38, 38 Gaze Mills, Soldiers Grove, Lynxville 36, Westby about 36 for the high today. Arcadia 38, Blair 38, Lewiston, St. Charles 36, Fountain City about 38 for the high. In Bloomer 38 for the high temperature today. 38 Cornell, Fall Creek expecting 38. Outside, 7 o'clock hour-ish, what you can expect. Generally cloudy, calm, and mild. Pickup time, better chance at perhaps getting wet. 38 at that point. Going to look at the precipitation we're expecting, who, what, where, when, why, and also where the temperatures are headed. Full forecast is less than 5 minutes away.
In your morning consumer news this morning, cinnamon applesauce pouches that were contaminated with lead weren't properly tested during the manufacturing process. In a new report, the Food and Drug Administration says the Ostro Food facility in Ecuador did not sample any of the finished product, and that facility didn't have, quote, adequate sanitary facilities and accommodations. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says nearly 400 illnesses linked to the tainted applesauce were reported as of last week. Well, seasonal work for the winter holidays may be over, but now if you're looking for a job, there's a new place to look. Chipotle gearing up for what it calls burrito season. I thought that was every season. The restaurant chain says it's the busiest time of year, March through May for them. So to prepare for that, the company needs to hire 19,000 workers. Chipotle hopes to attract employees by offering a 4% 401k match for employees who make eligible student loan payments. CosMc's, the new McDonald's drink store spinoff, appears to be getting off to a strong start. The debut CosMc's in Bolingbrook, Illinois, had more than twice the visits than a typical McDonald's saw nationally during the month of December. That's according to a new report from Placer AI, which uses data from mobile devices to estimate visits to specific spots. Business analysts say CosMc's is McDonald's attempt to go after coffee companies like Starbucks. 9 other CosMc's are scheduled to open later this year. Tax day will be here before we know it. There are some significant changes this year that could mean more money in your wallet. Jen Sullivan explains ways you can earn a bigger tax refund.
You may be receiving your W-2 form soon if you haven't already. And while the tax deadline is still a few months away, tax experts recommend filing your taxes early.
Get your taxes in.
As you begin to fill out your 2023 taxes, you may notice some differences. The IRS made several changes to the income tax brackets to help adjust for inflation.
They adjust certain tax benefits every year, but for tax year 2023 is the most they've been adjusted up in decades.
This means you may end up with a bigger refund. Here's why. In 2022, a person filing as single, earning between $41,766 to $89,075, paid 22% of their income to the IRS. In 2023, though, that tax bracket jumped to $44,726 to $95,375. That's a 7% change. Other changes? The amount of money you can claim in energy credits.
We always had the electric vehicle credit for up to $7,500, but there's also a credit for used electric vehicles now up to $4,000.
If you've made energy efficient improvements to your home, like installing new windows, you can also claim up to $1,200 in credits with no lifetime limits instead of $500, which is what it was previously. There's also changes in tax credits for families.
If you're a family with 3 kids, it's $7,430.
So how much money can you expect to receive back? Last year, the IRS says the average refund was $3,039. But with the tax bracket changes, you can expect more.
And if you do qualify to receive a refund this year, it's estimated you won't get your money for about 6 to 8 weeks after you file. But the IRS says you could get your money even faster if you use the direct deposit option. That's it for your morning consumer news. The time now is 6:15. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews for a look at today's forecast. Or Jeff, your new street name could be Drizzle.
Yeah.
Mr. Drizzle.
If I was hipper, perhaps, huh? Yeah. Weather and impacts on you. Okay, it's mild out, it's calm. Snow potential, it's on the low side, the snow threat. Be wet snow, rain, medium. As far as ice impact potentials, on the very low side, it's fog. That's the main thing this morning. That's why there's a dense fog advisory in place through noon today. Notice most of the area is not included in that. You see I-90 and south is. It's kind of splitting hairs as to what makes the criteria or not. The patchy fog is across the area, as you can see. 2 miles of visibility, Eau Claire, Ladysmith 1, Viroqua 0, Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, Decorah, 2 miles of visibility. As we look at City Cam 8, one way I can tell, normally you can see the bridge there. Right. Low level moisture and quite a bit, and no wind to stir it up. It's very calm across the area. On the Erie side, really. Some other temperatures of note. La Crosse, it is 34, same for Eau Claire, 32 in Ladysmith, Prairie du Chien 33, 35 in Boscobel. Viroqua right now is at 32. Looking at radar, I want to show you satellite radar. This is where it's kind of originating from to some extent. Here's La Crosse. All right, closer shot. You see most of the rain is south. Drizzle all over the place, really, to some extent. Air is very heavy. Closer shot, you see Prairie du Chien, Boscobel areas that are seeing actual rain likely making it to the ground. On Sky Tracker towards 8 o'clock this morning, a little more coverage. Here's La Crosse, Viroqua, taking you through the day. There'll be pockets of rain, perhaps in the form of light rain. Afternoon commute, better chance at seeing a little more coverage, as you can see here. Then we head into the evening, late night hours. We start to see a little bit of this. Wet snow likely, and then into Friday morning perhaps as well. At that point, most of the action is off to the east, and it's going to be making its exit at that point through the better part of Friday morning, I suspect. By noon today, we're up to around 37. We've got the fog, we have the light rain, very calm conditions for us. Tonight, as we head into our Friday, about 35. It's not going to drop a whole lot. Wintry mix, perhaps. It's on the low side for our Friday with a high of 38. Saturday, cloudy up to 38, still dealing with some fog. Sunday, 37. We start to see a little bit of sunshine and temperatures warm up into the 40s. Alexandra?
All right, looking forward to that, Jeff. Thank you. The time now is about 6:19. Still to come on your morning news. The American Heart Association is trying to raise awareness about heart disease after a new study found less than half of all Americans know that heart disease is the nation's leading cause of death. Coming up, we'll explain.
It's been a tough couple of weeks for the UWL women's basketball team. Eagles have lost 3 straight. Last night, lacrosse looking at its toughest challenge of the season against undefeated UW Whitewater. Those highlights coming up in the Blitz.
It's time to power up at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the comfort that power brings to your new recliner, sofa, or sectional. All on sale now. And if it's powered up, there's even special financing and free delivery. Upgrade your reclining experience with adjustable headrests and adjustable lumbar, all at the push of a button from top manufacturers like FlexSteel, La-Z-Boy, and Stressless. Sale prices, special financing, and free delivery. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
The one certainty in dentistry is nothing fixes itself. So small problems could turn into big problems if people wait. So they shouldn't wait.
Almost every time people say, man, that really wasn't that bad. I wish I had done that sooner. We're a very implant-focused practice, so we deal with a lot of people who are losing teeth. If you've been avoiding solving it or waiting a long time, there's really no reason not to just solve it now.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, why don't you come down and meet us and see what we can do to help you?
There's always a solution.
Choosing a treatment for your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, can be overwhelming. So ask your doctor about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start. It's the #1 prescribed branded chronic migraine treatment. So far, more than 5 million Botox treatments have been given to over 850,000 chronic migraine patients.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Botox.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Underage tobacco and vape sales are on the rise in Wisconsin, but are they actually underage? There's a legal loophole contributing to the rise, frustrating lawmakers and retailers. The effort to fix it tonight on News 8 at 6.
Welcome to the Blitz. It's been a tough couple of weeks for the UWL women's basketball team. Eagles have dropped their last 3, and last night lacrosse looking at its toughest challenge of the season with the undefeated WIAC leading Warhawks coming to town. Let's go to Mitchell Hall. Eagles hosting 17-0 UW Whitewater. Warhawks 4th overall in D3. Lacrosse looking good early though. Second quarter, Kaylee Meeker puts the Eagles on top by 2. Then later in the quarter, it's Lauren Milne. Fancy footwork. Turnaround Jay rattles home. Eagles staying in the fight. Other end, Warhawks answer. Aaliyah Grundall banks it off the window. Whitewater goes back in front. Home team not backing down though. Again, it's Meeker taking it strong to the cup. Pretty finish from the junior. Eagles down just 3 at the break. Third quarter, here comes Milne, the junior, racing to the hoop, putting it off the glass, and the Lodi grad was just getting started. Milne pulling up from the free throw line. Eagles go back in front by 2. And after the timeout, Milne right back to work. Look at the effort here off the miss, gets the board, plus the putback, and Milne completely taking over the third quarter. She gets this one to fall. A team high 22 for Milne on the night. Eagles up 3 after 3. Milne leaving it all out on the floor, but the job's not done. Fourth quarter, Eagles letting the 3-ball fly. Look out, Meeker corner triple. Then it's Paige Schumann from way downtown. And how about Meeker again? You bet. Eagles knock down 5 threes in the final frame. And late in the fourth, it's Schumann with the dagger. Lacrosse goes up by 9, and the celebration is on. UWL takes down the 4th-ranked Warhawks 77-66. Eagles hand Whitewater its first loss of the season. Let's go to Milwaukee. Interim head coach Joe Prunty taking over until Doc Rivers is formally introduced. Bucks hosting the Cavs late second. Giannis laying it in to put Milwaukee up by 5. Then in the third, Chris Middleton comes up big. He gets the steal. He's going to take it all the way. Middleton with the slam. Bucks go up 11. Then later in the third, it's Giannis again, this time finishing with his left. He had a game-high 35 on the night. Bucks get their third straight win, 126-116. T-Wolves on the road last night in D.C. looking to snap their 2-game skid. Washington up 5 in the third until Cat slams at home, plus the foul. Then in the fourth, it's Towns in a giving mood, this time lobbing it up for Rudy Gobert. T-Wolves up 14. The star of the night, Anthony Edwards, a game-high 38 points for him. T-Wolves avoid their first 3-game skid of the season as they win at 118-107. On the gridiron, despite a big-time turnaround by the Packers the past few weeks, they got Green Bay all the way to the divisional round of the playoffs. Defensive coordinator Joe Barry will not be a part of the Green and Gold staff moving forward. After 3 seasons in Green Bay, the Packers deciding to move on from Barry, and the team's results on the field for a majority of this season are a big reason why. Green Bay finishing with the 5th worst rush defense in the league, along with the 2nd fewest interceptions in the NFL. On the diamond, one of the all-time greats in Minnesota Twins history is heading to Cooperstown. St. Paul's own Joe Mauer played 15 seasons for his hometown team, 3 batting titles, an MVP, 6 All-Star appearances, 5 Silver Slugger awards, and 3 Gold Gloves later, Mauer is elected to the Hall of Fame in his first year on the ballot. He becomes just the 3rd catcher in MLB history to make the Hall on his first year of eligibility. Ivan Rodriguez and Johnny Bench, the other 2. But baseball season's right around the corner. Milwaukee making a move as the Brewers add a big bat to their lineup. Former Phillies slugger Rhys Hoskins agreeing to a 2-year, $34 million deal with the Crew. Hoskins has played all 6 seasons in Philadelphia. He missed the entire 2023 season, though, with a torn ACL. Hoskins does turn 31 in March, but from 2018 to 2022, he was one of the best power hitters in the game. He's got 148 homers so far in his 6-year career. He also had 30 back in 2022. That's going to do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
It's happening this weekend. The King Furniture 72-hour mattress sale with incredible deals on the most comfortable mattresses. Take 10% off every mattress in our store. Plus, get 12 months interest-free financing. Get your choice of a plush or firm Therapeutic Hybrid Queen mattress for just $9.99 and get free delivery too. The King Furniture 72-hour mattress sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
I'm Kelly Wild. It's 102.7 WKBH. When my grandmother passed away, my mom gifted me with her Bohemian cookbook. I found one recipe for a soup, and written on top of it, in my grandmother's beautiful handwriting, was, "She really loves this." So I cook up a small batch, bring it over to my mom, and she says, "What is this?" I said, "It's your favorite soup from Grandma Paulda's cookbook." Then my mom said she would make this for her dog Ginger when she couldn't go to the bathroom.
Hi folks, Harvey Wood of Wood Sales and Service here. It all started with steel chainsaws 55 years ago. Wood Sales is now one of the largest family-owned and operated outdoor power equipment dealers in the Cooley region. We feature a large selection of products and services. Find Steel, Cub Cadet, Altos, Rambo e-bikes, Coyote tractors and implements, Valley forestry equipment, Central wood boilers, Green Mountain pellet grills. Wood Sales and Service, Black River Falls. Family-owned and operated for 55 years. WoodSalesService.com.
Right now with Papa Murphy's, we've got a great deal.
Which means I make more great pizza.
It's not an I thing, Dad. It's a we thing.
Get a large 2-topping take and bake pizza for just $10.99. Order now at papamurphys.com.
You may be making New Year resolutions to go to the gym or travel more, but what about updating that old bathroom or outdated kitchen? With Mad City, you can do both. Mad City is Wisconsin's trusted interior remodeling expert for custom walk-in shower solutions and modern kitchen cabinet refacing. It's so affordable, and your project will only take days, not weeks. Call now during our New Year New Bath and Kitchen sale. Receive free installation on a new bath, shower, or cabinet refacing project with 24 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts, plus a bonus with your free in-home estimate. Receive a $50 Target gift card and call during this program to receive $500 in Mad City cash with qualifying purchase, good for future home improvements. From La Crosse, Eau Claire, and western Wisconsin, call 715-257-6651. That's 715-257-6651.
The 8000 Plus app. Stream on your time. You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
A disparity between state and federal law may be contributing to an increase in underage nicotine sales. Tonight at 6, we examine the legal loophole that may be contributing to the rise. News 8 Now's Allison Fergut has been working on the story. She joins us now. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, just tell us a little bit of preview of your story and where these numbers come from and why they're concerning for health officials.
For sure. So the numbers come from this annual report called SINAR. Basically, every year, state officials have to turn in numbers that say what are the underage tobacco sales, nicotine sales in the state. And recently, the numbers came out for 2023, and they said that about 13.6% of total tobacco sales actually were to underage purchasers. Wow. So it's an alarming number. It's a slight increase from 2022, but it's a huge increase from 2019. They said it's been about a 140% increase between then and now.
Wow, okay, and there is like a legal loophole that's kind of allowing this to happen, right?
Yes, there is a legal loophole that has really contributed to that rise. What it is back in 2019, the federal law got changed so that you had to be 21 or older to purchase nicotine products. However, in the state of Wisconsin, it's still at 18. So that's really contributing. And Gina Larson with the DHS, she explains that it's really causing a lot of problems, especially for local law enforcement.
Because we don't have a state law that coincides with the federal law, our local law enforcement cannot enforce the federal law.
Essentially what we're having is that these local law enforcement, they cannot enforce when retailers are selling to underage purchasers. So this is causing an increase in it because we are now considering 18, 19, and 20-year-olds as underage. Back when 2019, they weren't considered a part of that. And if we get above a certain level, we could lose a lot of state funding. So it is very alarming, not only just for the health impacts for underage people, but also just for state funding as well. So tonight at 6, we will tell you what is happening locally to try to stop underage sales of nicotine and what state lawmakers must do to close that loophole.
All right, Allison, well, thanks for digging into that for us, and stay tuned at 6 p.m. We'll be right back. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration is warning of a possible risk of secondary cancers being tied to the CAR T-cell therapy. Over the past 2 weeks, the agency sent notifications to several of the therapy's manufacturers, asking them to add a boxed warning to their products, describing some T-cell malignancies. As of Monday, the agency received more than 24 reports of T-cell malignancy after treatment with those immunotherapies. The FDA adding patients and people participating in clinical trials with these therapies should be monitored the rest of their lives for any new cancerous cells. A new study finds a shocking number of pregnancies attributed to rape following abortion bans. Researchers from Planned Parenthood and Resound Research for Reproductive Health looked at federal surveys on crime and sexual violence. They found that in the 18 months that abortion has been banned in some states, there were an estimated 500,000 rapes within that time, and an estimated 65,000 of those resulted in pregnancy. A 2022 Pew Research Center survey found nearly 70% of adults say abortion should be legal if a pregnancy is the result of rape. For 100 years now, heart disease has been the #1 killer in the U.S. Yet a new survey shows more than half of adults don't know that. Danya Bacchus shows us how the American Heart Association is raising awareness about cardiovascular disease and prevention.
61-year-old Carlo Lopez is grateful he can still put his heart into his music.
Total new lease on life. I think by doing what I did, I've probably going to live another 30 years.
After both of his brothers needed open heart surgery, Carlo decided to see a doctor. He had a 90 to 95% blockage in one artery and needed 2 stents.
So that was a heart attack waiting to happen.
A new survey from the American Heart Association shows only 49% of people know heart disease is the leading cause of death in the United States.
It's discouraging and I would say even a little bit frightening.
That's because nearly half of people in the U.S. have some cardiovascular disease, including coronary heart disease, heart failure, stroke, and high blood pressure. Death rates are now trending upward because obesity and other risk factors are increasing.
Hopefully, we can better educate the American public and so that they are aware of things that they could do to decrease their risk.
The Heart Association wants to make everyone familiar with the Essential 8. Eat better, be more active, quit tobacco, get healthy sleep, manage weight, control cholesterol, and manage blood sugar and manage blood pressure.
Prevention is the key. If you follow these 8, you will see patients living healthier lives and also extend their lifespan as well.
Lopez takes medicine to keep his high blood pressure in check, exercises, and watches what he eats. He wants others to know his story.
I don't want what could have happened to me to happen to someone else.
He wants everyone to take a beat and get heart healthy.
Last year's report found identified concerning increase in cardiovascular-related deaths, which experts say may have been a reflection of the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic. An increase is also being reported this year, but it's considered lower in magnitude. Governor Tony Evers is touring the state with a new message. 2024 will be the year of the worker. Evers' first stop yesterday was at UW-Eau Claire, along with DHS Secretary Kirsten Johnson. They spoke on several accomplishments the state made in advancing health care, like making Plan B free for people on Medicaid. Evers is calling for more funding for Badger Care and wants to see progress on child care, once again calling shortage of quality child care a workforce issue.
If people want to work and they have kids, they need childcare. And whatever we can do to amplify that, frankly, help the system, the childcare system, survive during this time, that's critical. Because if we don't step up the plate on childcare, we will have people leaving the workforce.
Late last year, Governor Evers put $170 million of available emergency management funds toward extending a pandemic-era program that subsidized child care providers. But he says that money won't be nearly enough to avoid a looming child care crisis. The time now is 6:36. Let's check in with News 8 meteorologist Jeff Andrews to tell us what to expect for our morning commute. We've got some fog to deal with out there, Jeff.
Yeah, definitely. Some areas thicker than others. The advisory goes through noon. The area in the gray, here's La Crosse. It's generally south of I-90, areas to the west as well. That doesn't mean the other areas aren't going to be dealing with fog, as you can see right here. Eau Claire, 2 miles of visibility, airport location. 3, Winona, La Crosse, same situation. Viroqua. Basically little. All right, this is Ridgeway, I-90 in Winona County. I'm looking for something that shows that there's actually something you can't, that's how thick the fog is right there. Every once in a while you can see the headlights of a car. Thus, caution across the area today. Drizzle, patchy fog, the melting, the slushy conditions, and afternoon commute, better chance of seeing some of this. Actually, potentially measurable rainfall. Close up, you can see Bell Center, there's Lansing, Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, generally where there's some actually rain falling right now. It feels like it's raining most locations with a drizzle. Laying out your day today, as we get towards noon, about 36. Upper 30s for most locations today. 33 in Sparta, La Crosse 34, Viroqua is 32 right now. Coming up in your full forecast, going to look at the precipitation potential, when and how much and when it's going to be out of here, and also where the temperatures are headed. Full forecast less than 5 minutes away. Following that up with your Buzz Report, Austin Butler is in a new historical mini-series about the courage, loss, and triumph of the American 100th Bomb Group. That was during World War II. We'll take a look at Masters of the Air in just a few minutes. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Are you or a loved one having troubles getting in and out of the bathtub safely? Has the high cost of remodeling left you without options? I'm Tim with Tri-State Tub to Shower Conversions, and I've been serving the Tri-State area since 1992. And I would love to make your bathing experience safe and affordable. We use your existing tub and remove the front section for easy accessibility. And for an affordable cost, call today.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for something to hang in my garage.
What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this.
I know what you mean.
Step in and find your treasure today.
At Union State Bank, we provide quality products and services to help make your banking easier. When it comes to your money, you want a bank you can rely on.
As you grow, so will your financial goals. It's important to have a partner who listens and responds with honest recommendations you can trust.
Our team is not only committed to serving the families and businesses in our community, we are also from the community.
We're here for you, and we welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Good morning, glad you're with us. Got to be somewhere at 7. It's 6:41. You got about 19 minutes. Weather impacts today and at various levels for you. Okay, it's warm out, well, mild, and we have minimal winds at all, if anything. Snow threat, it's on the low end. Medium for rain. Ice, it's on the low end as far as the potential impacts for us. Fog would be on the higher end right now. That's why we have a dense fog advisory in places through noon today. Notice most of the area is not included in the advisory. There's certain levels as it's determined by the National Weather Service. So you can see the visibility issues are all over the place right now. 1 mile, you can see, Ladysmith, 2 Eau Claire, 3 La Crosse, Viroqua. Right? That's what we're seeing on CityCam 8 right now. Usually you can see the bridge here and some of the bluffs, not so much at this point. It's very calm across the area. I don't expect much of a wind today. Temperatures, low mid-30s already. The coolest spot I see is Ladysmith right now at 32. Rochester the same. La Crosse at 34, same for Eau Claire and Winona. And Decorah, Iowa, Prairie du Chien about 33, where actually is raining a little bit. You can see where the rain is right now. Here's La Crosse. Moving it in a bit. You can see again, here's Prairie du Chien. Even closer yet. Prairie du Chien, Boscobel. It's generally the southern end of our viewing area. Far southwestern Wisconsin, Crawford County perhaps. All right, towards 8 o'clock this morning, you can see where we're starting to see actually light rain. Spotty throughout the day today. A little more coverage, especially as we get into the afternoon commute time. You see, generally, it looks like a line here and to the east. This is late tonight, early Friday morning, potentially some wet snow in there as well. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, you see most of it has pushed off to the east at that point. There'll be some lingering precipitation in the morning. Today it's light rain, drizzle, if you will. We've got the fog to deal with as well. Temperatures mid and upper 30s across the board today. On the mild side, normal this time of year is about 27. Tonight, as we start our Friday, it'll be about 35. 20% chance of perhaps a wintry mix, some sort of precipitation on our Friday morning, a high about 38. On Saturday, cloudy skies up to 38. Sunday, partly sunny, 37. We make our way into the 40s, mid and upper 40s as we get towards the middle portion of next week.
In our Morning Buzz report, Dolly Parton isn't stumbling in the kitchen. The country singer and Duncan Hines parent company Conagra are expanding her line of boxed baking mixes. Chocolate cake, yellow cake, cinnamon crumb cake, blueberry muffin, and banana nut muffin are hitting shelves later this month. In the coming weeks, Parton's also releasing a buttermilk pancake mix. As if she's not working hard enough, the 9 to 5 singer is also planning to release frozen foods later this year. As election season heats up, a familiar face is coming back to The Daily Show. Jon Stewart, the star of the political satire program on Comedy Central for 16 years, announcing his return to the anchor seat starting February 12th. Stewart will host only on Mondays, though. The rest of the week will be filled out with a revolving cast of comedians. Stewart will also serve as executive producer. After leaving The Daily Show in 2015, Stewart hosted a now-canceled program for Apple.
Extraordinary story about a young man who many years ago visited Prague. What he found there were thousands of refugees at the mercy of Hitler's imminent invasion.
Do you ever think about the children and what happened to them?
That was your first look at the upcoming historical drama One Life. It tells a true story of Sir Nicholas Winton, who helped rescue hundreds of children from Czechoslovakia before the Nazis took over. Anthony Hopkins plays an older Winton, while Johnny Flynn plays him as a young man. The film also features Jonathan Pryce and Helena Bonham Carter. One Life will land in theaters March 15th.
You are in charge of 35 planes and 350 air crewmen.
Don't you die on me before I get over there.
We're here to fight the monsters. The things these people are capable of. They got it coming. Trust me.
Speaking of historical dramas, that was a quick look at the upcoming miniseries Masters of the Air. The Apple TV production follows the 100th U.S. bomb group as it fights in the skies over Nazi-occupied Europe. Masters of the Air stars Austin Butler and Barry Keoghan. You can watch it on Apple TV Plus starting tomorrow. I like a historical show, but not too much into action. I think you like action, right?
I like action.
Yeah.
I like to see bad guys get what's coming to them.
You
That's
do?
kind of the premise of a lot of my movies.
I just don't like fighting. I don't know. I prefer to skip through the fighting scenes, which is crazy to some people I know, because that's what you like, right?
But you can do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks to streaming, you can skip through whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And before we head to break, it's time to take a look at today's Look Who's 8.
Emerson is turning 8 months old today, smiling away. She likes to eat too.
Likes to smile and eat. Who doesn't, right? We've also got Tate turning 8 months old. He's also always smiling and loves to be around other people.
Jackson is turning 8 years old today, loves playing basketball, video games, and playing with a family dog. Happy guy too.
Yes, we've also got Evan turning 8 years old, another big smiler. He loves playing soccer, always makes people laugh, and is a big fan of the Milwaukee Brewers.
Bryson is also turning 8 years old today, loves to swim, wrestle, and Nerf battles.
And if you know a special someone turning 8 weeks, 8 months, 8 years, 18, 80, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
That's right, just upload the photo, news8000.com. There's a Submit Photos tab, homepage, that easy.
And stay with us. We have everything you need to know in 5 minutes or less. Your morning news now is after the break.
Coming up on CBS Mornings, have you heard the news? I'm so psyched about this. Jon Stewart is coming back to The Daily Show. Come on back home, Jon Stewart. Find out when you'll see him on TV. And what does this mean for late night and coverage of the upcoming presidential election? And Golden Globe winner, and now she's an Oscar nominee. Thank you very much. Lovely Lily Gladstone's coming back live in the studio to talk about making history for her breakout work in Killers of the Flower Moon. And the one and only John Legend will be here today. Look at that face. He's already an EGOT winner, but now he's branching out. The music icon joins us with something that he's sharing with everybody. Those are his adorable little mini-me's. They look just like him. We can't wait to show you what it is. Don't we all want beautiful skin? I'll go first. Yeah, we do. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
Ashley
Ashley's 48-hour super sale is happening January 28th through the 29th. For 2 days only, shop in-store for exclusive deals on living room favorites delivered right on time for the big game. Plus, pay 0% interest through January 2029. Only at Ashley.
Made in America Showplace Cabinetry is the solid foundation for your new kitchen. Styles and features from simple to spectacular. Showplace offers all the modern features you want. The board store designers delight in helping you choose the cabinets, countertops, sink, backsplash flooring, and lighting that make your dream kitchen a reality. Enjoy peace of mind knowing your kitchen will be installed by the board store's carpenters, plumbers, and electrician. Showplace Cabinets and the board store, your winning combination. Get started today.
News 8 Now presents Center Stage, powered by Maury's. I'm Peyton Danowitz with News 8, and today I'm joined by Carol Abrahamson about the Mississippi Valley Conservancy.
The Mississippi Valley Conservancy is your local land trust. So we protect land here in the Driftless area. We help landowners protect their own land, work on restoration projects. We also have programs that get people out on the land. We can always use help.
For more information, you can visit MississippiValleyConservancy.org.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Ashley's President's Day Preview Mattress Sale is here. Right now, you can get early access to Mattress Hot Buys, your choice, just $6.99. Plus, save up to $1,000 on select mattresses. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com to shop the President's Day Preview Mattress Sale today.
Underage tobacco and vape sales are on the rise in Wisconsin, but are they actually underage? There's a legal loophole contributing to the rise, frustrating lawmakers and retailers. The effort to fix it tonight on News 8 at 6.
Trust the First Horn Weather Team to keep you safe.
And even better, you can take us with you.
Expect more with hourly temps and conditions.
Video forecasts, interactive radar, and your choice of notifications.
We're there when you need us.
News 8, your home for Super Bowl 58.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Welcome back. It's 6:52. Time for your morning news now. The Lincoln Middle School building officially off the market this morning. The La Crosse School District making the sale announcement yesterday. The building has been sold to Commonwealth Development Corporation of America and the Wisconsin Partnership for Housing Development for just over $2 million. According to a release, the companies plan to turn the building into affordable housing. The school district superintendent says they took what the community wanted to use the building for into account when looking at the sale proposal.
When we went through our community outreach in the area and we identified the priorities that our neighborhoods had in that area, Commonwealth came up with a great proposal that really met the needs of what we were hearing from our community.
One of those priorities was preserving the building's historic elements. The district plans on closing the sale with Commonwealth in June of next year. Governor Tony Evers touring the state with a new message. 2024 will be the year of the worker. The governor's first stop yesterday was at UW-Eau Claire, along with DHS Secretary Kirsten Johnson. They spoke on several accomplishments the state made in advancing health care, like making Plan B free for people on Medicaid. Governor Evers is calling for more funding for Badger Care and wants to see progress on child care, once again calling shortage of quality child care a workforce issue.
If people want to work and they have kids, they need child care. And whatever we can do to amplify that, frankly, help the system, the child care system survive during this time, That's critical, because if we don't step up the plate on child care, we will have people leaving the workforce.
Late last year, Evers put $170 million of available emergency management funds toward extending a pandemic-era program that subsidized child care providers. But he says that money won't be nearly enough to avoid a looming child care crisis. Happening today, in an effort to combat the growing need for blood in the Coulee region, the Versiti Blood Center of Wisconsin is hosting a blood drive that'll take place at the La Crosse County Health and Human Services Auditorium from 9:30 a.m. till 2:30 p.m. You can either make an appointment on their website, which is right there on your screen, or you can also walk in.
I think most of us, it's going to be in the form of drizzle, light rain today. Dense fog across the area. The advisory, generally I-90 and south till noon, but every part of the area has some fog to deal with to some extent. See where the rain is. It's south of I-90 primarily at this point in time. It's going to spread across the area more so. Heaviest rain likely in the evening and late night hours. You can see our temperatures today. Mild, mid, upper 30s. It's going to be on the calm side as well. Let's look at your 8-day forecast. I like where the temperatures are headed. Not good for snowmobiling or skiing. Be nice to see a little bit of sunshine as well. Could we hit 50? Typically not in January. We'll see.
Right. We've got one more week of January, right? So we will see what your scratch-off ticket holds. All right. Well, lucky number 7 for the Cincinnati Zoo's most famous resident, Fiona the hippopotamus, turned 7 on Wednesday. That was yesterday. In honor of her big day, she was fed extra watermelons as well as a special cake that was full of her favorite treats. The zoo is also giving away what it's calling the Ultimate Hippo Getaway. The grand prize package includes a behind-the-scenes hippo tour, a $1,000 Visa gift card, and the complete library of the illustrated Fiona books. To enter, you just need to go to the zoo's website and purchase a birthday gift or a birthday gift of either $7 or $30. You have until January 31st to enter. Fiona gained worldwide attention when she was born 6 weeks premature. She weighed only 29 pounds and had to be bottle fed since she was too weak and little to be able to nurse from her mother. Well, looks like she recovered pretty well.
Yeah.
Who knew they swam like that?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Looks like a giant fish.
She looks a lot more than 29 pounds.
She does.
Now.
I wonder how much she weighs today.
Yeah, no
very cool to see animals like that. Hippopotamus, I don't know the last time I saw that word was. Glad I was able to read it.
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
Well,
that's
thanks.
a long one.
Yeah, that's a long one. Thanks for joining us this morning, everyone. We will see you back here at noon. Have a great day.